Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I have Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is Iron Man Model 01. This is the first iteration of Iron Man, back when he looked like a Wizard of Oz character or something like that. Back when he was a little bit more of a classic style character. Something you would probably see Superman fighting way back in the Superman cartoons, because for some reason he only ever fought robots. I don't know why, but once you think about it, it's like one of those weird things that happened and we never really addressed as a society. But yes, I have this figure, and I am super excited to have this. All of these Avengers, Earth's Mightiest, Beyond Earth's Mightiest, they had to make it the one sentence I just can't say. Beyond Earth's Mightiest. I struggle with TH words and S at the end. But yes, these are all on sale at Target right now, so if you wanted to go pick one up, they are pretty much all, well, the 2-packs are about $20, so you basically buy one figure, get one free. These are all about $11. This one, for some reason, is marked as a deluxe figure, even though this is definitely not a deluxe figure. And then the regular Marvel Legends from this wave is, I guess it's not a wave, but still, this lineup, they're all about $6. So it's pretty affordable right now if you wanted to get yourself a nice lineup for Avengers. I pretty much just completed my entire Avengers lineup. All I need now is Giant Man, who is coming into HasLab, and Ant-Man, who is also at my Target right now, and I could go pick up if I wanted. But as of right now, those are the only two I'm missing, and I have all the Avengers, and that's pretty exciting. So I'm pretty happy about that. But I digress. I've gone on too long of a tangent. Let's go ahead and talk about this box. Starting with the front of the box, you have this nice image of Iron Man right there. You can kind of see what he looks like outside of the box. Once we open up the box, we can see what he looks like on the inside. I guess those are hands left over from a different review. So is this and this. I should have cleaned up before I started this review. It's a nice image, I suppose. On the side of the box, you have a nice classic looking image of Iron Man right there. On the back of the box, you can't see him, but you have Iron Man doing a nice Iron Man pose, all his accessories right there. On the side of the box, you have a nice retro image of Iron Man, and then we're back to the front of the box, so we can go ahead and transition to the figure itself. And this is pretty much all you get. You do get a nice assortment of goodies here, starting with the two fist hands, of course. These are nice looking fist hands. I like the detail on them, on the knuckles. They're kind of scratched up and banged up as if this is an old Iron Tin Man. It looks pretty good. I am very happy with the way these look. On the figure itself, you have more of a open hand. Unfortunately, I kind of thought maybe you could, like with the other Iron Mans, you could apply these blast effects onto the hands itself, but there is no peg holes, so you can't quite do that. But you do get these nice blast effects. This is more for like a flying, of course. If you have other Iron Man figures, you could also apply these to the hands, and then they look like he's blasting lasers or rockets or whatever you want to call it at people. But this is like if he were flying away. It's obviously an older model of Iron Man, so it's not as clean. The flame is not as clean, so it's a lot more dark and smoky. That's why you have this cool smoke effect that you can kind of wrap around the laser. Obviously, this isn't like attached. It doesn't have to be in the smoke effect. You could have the smoke effect on its own. In fact, so this is just the regular old flame blast effect right there. If you wanted to, I believe what you could do is wrap it around Iron Man himself, and now he just fired a shot and his hand's kind of smoking, you know? You could do that if you wanted. You don't have to. The imagination, it's all up to you, you know? That's kind of how imagination works. Everything is by your own design. That's why we buy these toys and collect these toys, because you can have fun with them and play and imagine. So this is the figure itself. Obviously, it looks pretty retro and menacing, and I do like that. It has Something I didn't realize until after I bought the figure, it does have these nice details like the scratch effects all over. Makes it look very dinged up and very put together, very rushed to production. I do appreciate that. Obviously on the box you can see that detail too. I just didn't pay attention to the box because you can't glean much off of that image. You have to see the figure in person or watch a YouTube video to kind of go more in depth over it. But that little image right there, that stoic image, you can't really tell much of what you're getting until you open the figure and look at it with your own eyes. So I never really pay attention to the packaging anymore. If I want a figure, I pretty much already know I'm going to get it until I do get it. So I don't ever really pay attention to the packaging. But yes, I did see that once I got the figure out of the box. I do appreciate the details. I think there could be maybe a little bit more applied across the figure, but you know, what they have here is nice. It's in certain spots where it would be scratched up, like maybe his chin catches right there, dings it up right there. Obviously, it could also be he just got into a fight, so every time he gets into a fight, he gets dinged up right there, right there. I just love it. I love details like that. Obviously, I wouldn't say it's a deluxe feature to have that, to pay an extra $10 for your figure to have these nice little paint effects. I don't think that's super duper fair, which is why I'm glad I bought this figure on sale. I think with the way the state of the industry is right now, I think you really only should be buying when things are on sale, because that's the only time it's really fair. That's the only time you're really getting your money's worth. With how often these things they're reused assets, they're low quality paint effects, they're just lower tier than what they should be. Obviously, I think with what we're getting in the future and what is releasing later on, I think they're improving the line. But at what we've been getting for the past 2 years, I think the price does not match the quality of what we're getting here. Same applies to this guy. I don't think the $27 was worth it. $20 would have been perfectly fine, and I actually ended up getting it even cheaper because these things just sit and sit and sit, because nobody wants to pay the outrageous prices of these toys. And the only people who do buy them are us collectors, because kids don't really get toys anymore unless they're like little babies, and then once they're like preteen to teenager to like 10 and up, they kind of drop toys and they move on to phones and video games and stuff like that. So obviously that's not like that's not 100%. You can't apply that across the board. But on average, I'm thinking most of these toys are purchased by people like us, and I'm pretty sure there's data to prove that. I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I've rambled enough. I keep doing that. It's been a while since I've recorded, so I'm a little out of practice. I'm a little bit rusty. Let's go ahead and talk about the figure. We do have this nice head sculpt right here. I love the classic look of Iron Man. You can kind of see in there, it's not painted on the inside, which I don't think it should be, but it is kind of cool. You can see like his eyeballs if you kind of look close enough. You can see his mouth a little bit. It's a detail I appreciate. But like I said, it's not painted on the inside, and I don't think it should be. But it looks nice and neat on the back. It's such a retro look to him. I love it. Like I mentioned earlier, he looks like something Superman would fight back in the old classic cartoons. You have the nice rivets going across the helmet, along the side of his legs. I love it. You can feel it. It's textured. It's not just a paint detail. Of course, this cool looking belt, which Iron Man, why does he need a belt? But he has a belt, so that's cool. Everything about him just screams Jack Kirby, Stan Lee, 60s. It just feels so cool to have this in figure form. I love it. It's not like with Spider-Man, you get the 60s era Spider-Man, the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man, and it just kind of, it looks like Spider-Man. Maybe there's aspects of it that kind of have that retro vibe to it, but ultimately, Spider-Man has looked like Spider-Man since he's been a character. Iron Man really has evolved and changed as a character, and he really doesn't look like this at all anymore. So it's just super fun to have something so classic looking to add to your collection. And I think it's pretty neat. So you have the nice boot details here. I love the way they did boots back in the day. These nice bumps and squares along the sides. Looking pretty neat. I guess that's enough about the look of the character, because there's really not too much to go into there. We can go ahead and talk about articulation. Starting with the head sculpt, the head can go forward. Honestly, not too much. It is on a ball joint up at the top and then down and lower in the neck. I believe it's on something, because you can kind of see it moving with the head. The head doesn't move back too much, but you can kind of see, if I'm demonstrating it well, the neck also moves. That's the point I'm trying to get across here. It wiggles wonderfully. It's just going back and forth, up and down. Not too much, but wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like that. Looks great. Love it. Awesome. The arms come up to way high. That is super high. Wow. Rotates all the way around. Double jointed, pinless elbows. Of course, I said double jointed. It is double jointed. Don't get me wrong. But this gauntlet here, this arm right here, is gigantic and thick, and it is not the easiest thing to bend. There we go. But it is double jointed. It just acts like a single jointed elbow because of the thickness of the arm right here. The wrist can go in, the wrist can go out, the wrist can go all the way around like so, looking pretty good. As far as ab articulation goes, they have it's like the classic Doc Ock style body, or the Frogman. Well, not even the Frogman style. I have the Frogman. I'm trying to remember if he looks like this. It's more like the 90s animated Doc Ock, just because that's the one I actually know uses a similar style body type, where it doesn't have any ab crunch anywhere, but it has this waist swivel, which is kind of like it's on a disc type thing. So it crunches down there. I believe, could we move this so you could see? No, I don't want to break anything. It moves down there, it swivels, it's very fun. It's like it's on a ball joint, essentially. It's kind of like the AEW figures, in a way. Which I do think it looks wonderful, it feels wonderful, so I appreciate it. I think it works for this style of character. Not something... Wow, he even kind of has like a little six-pack going on. That's that's hilarious. I love that. I wonder why he would have that, though. That made me lose my train of thought. I was going to say something, but that threw me off. I don't know what I was going to say, but I appreciate it. Oh, it's not something that could be applied to all characters. It's not something I'd like to see on everybody, but for these specific big guys, I think it works wonderfully. I think it's something you could utilize maybe on a Hulk to get a little bit more articulation out of a Hulk, maybe out of a bigger Colossus. I don't know. Venom could probably, well, maybe not Venom, just because of the way his attire works. But, you know, it's something you could use to just add a little bit to certain characters who struggle because of their size. So I like it. So if you bend it right there and then you add the legs to it, obviously not too shabby for an Iron Man, Mark 1 Iron Man, not too shabby at all. I don't know if I mentioned it swivels. It doesn't feel like it should, but it does. It swivels. It feels like you're breaking it, but it can swivel. The legs come up to about right there. He can do the splits nice and neatly. It looks a little awkward doing so. It looks like he's stumbling and about to fall and crash. Swivel here at the thigh, rotates all the way around like so. Double jointed, pinless knees, looking absolutely wonderful. I think that looks fine. Not too deep, but you know, obviously it's Iron Man, so it wouldn't be that deep. Ankle goes down, ankle goes up, and that is pretty much it for this Iron Man. Please let me know what you guys think of him down in the comments below. That was a weird way to say please, but you know. Let me know what you guys think of him down in the comments below. I'm in love with this guy. I think he articulates wonderfully. I think he looks absolutely outstanding. This is one of my favorite Iron Man figures I have. Typically, I don't love the Iron Man figures because they're all kind of a little bit too similar, and I don't know. I don't think they articulate the best. I don't think they look the best. Sometimes they have a too much of a toyetic vibe to them. They look too much like toys. But this version of Iron Man, while looking like a toy, also just stands out and looks like a nice. It looks like Iron Man. It just looks cool. There's a lot to like about the way he looks. So, yeah, like I said, typically I don't love Iron Man figures, and this has got to be one of my favorite Iron Man figures out of all of them. So, I'm pretty happy with this guy. I think it looks super duper neat. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. All the things YouTubers ask you to do, just do it for me as well. And I will be back with another video, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.